Hey guys, what is up? It is Casadorperfect once again bringing you a Call of Duty Black Ops gameplay using the Spot Silenced and as my secondary using the CZ75. I believe that's the name of that weapon, but I'm throwing a Semtex across the map like a boss, playing on firing range. The perks that I'm using, Panic Knife Go, are Ghost Pro, Stadium Pro, and Hacker Pro if I'm not mistaken. And for today's upload, I'm going to be talking about part 2 of my story time with Casadorperfect. Last time, if you remember, I was talking about this random girl who actually randomly text messaged me out of nowhere, basically because she twisted the last 2 numbers at the end of a phone number that she got from a friend of her. And she actually ended up text messaging me, and we actually make out, which is kind of funny. So in this story is a little bit more simple, but at the same time a little bit complicated, honestly. Let's go ahead and start talking about this story. So there was this day, I think 7 to 8 days ago. It was the past weekend. I actually was with my cousin here at home. We were playing some Red Dead Redemption on his PlayStation 3. Yes, I do not have a PlayStation 3, guys. I'm sorry, I cannot play Call of Duty on PlayStation 3. So it is the PlayStation 3 is his own, and it doesn't personally play any Call of Duty games, so that's unfortunate. Anyways, we decided to go out the same night to Haarlem, which is a city here in the Netherlands where you can go out. There are tons of clubs very close to each other. You can basically walk from one club to the other, and it is very easy to actually find different people and meet tons of new people, because you have a bunch of different characters walking around, because this place here is got many clubs with different music, from hardstyle to heavy metal to hip hop and trance and house and stuff like that. So it is very good. So what actually ended up happening here is that I was bored. My cousin went home at around 2 a.m. and I stayed behind. I actually wanted to pick up the bus and go home too, but I missed the bus because it was so funny talking to my cousin outside that I actually ended up missing my bus instead of his, which is unfortunate, but anyways, it happens. Now my cousin's bus passes by actually, and he takes it. So I'm left behind all alone, and I'm like, what the hell am I gonna do? My next bus is gonna come in about 1 hour, so what will I do in the meantime? So I decided to go back to this club where there is a certain guard that I know that I actually end up meeting one time when I had with my ex-girlfriend. So I was talking to this guard, and he actually asked me, do you still have a relationship with that girl that you were the last time that you were here? And I said, no, I'm sorry, our relationship actually ended. And I'm like, he's like, okay, what happened? And I'm like, it's a very long story, so let's just keep it short. It just didn't work, so that's how it ended. The guy is like, alright, so there is this 25 years old girl, well, actually a woman already, standing right behind the guard, and he's like, he turns around like, what the hell, what are you doing behind me? So this girl is actually listening to my story about my ex-girlfriend and how it happened and stuff like that. So this girl goes like, oh, you must be a very sensitive guy then, if you still haven't forgotten about her. I'm like, I did forget about her, but you know, sometimes some memories stay behind, and you cannot help but to think about those persons. So out of nowhere, the guard actually butts in and starts talking to the girl and said, hey, why don't you just go ahead and go into this club where I'm the one that I'm guarding, and you go with him because I know he's a very good dude. So the girl goes like, hey, how old are you? I'm like, oh my god, do I really have to say how old I am? I'm way too young for this girl. Actually, that's what I thought that she would think. And I was absolutely correct about the fact that she actually thinks that I'm too young. By the way, guys, I'm 19 years old so far, but I said I'm 20 because I'm actually turning 20 in October 22nd. Still, the girls actually think that I'm way too young for her, and she actually did not want to dance with me. She actually said my ex-boyfriend is actually walking outside, and there is gonna be a huge problem if he actually sees you with me. I'm like, girl, listen, I might be 20 years old, but I sure as hell think like I'm a real grown-up man, so there is absolutely nothing to worry about. The girl turns around and looks at her boyfriend, or ex-boyfriend actually, and the boyfriend actually looks at me, and I'm like, why are you looking at me? The boy keeps walking, or actually not the boy, because it was a man, and a bigger man than me, and I know that for a fact because his body was like 2 times bigger than mine, and I'm like, holy shit, I don't want to have a problem with this guy. But I know that I still have this guard that can defend me if anything happens, so I'm actually not too afraid of anything. So the girl actually decides to leave his or her ex-boyfriend behind and just go ahead and go inside with me. We started dancing like fucking crazy. And I actually ended up having her phone number. Yes, she's 25 years old. Unfortunately, guys, the same weekend she said, call me the next day. I decided to do that. I called her the next day, but she never picked up the phone. And that is the day that I was so freaking furious because, man, a 25 years old woman, there are just too many things that I can do with her.